Hey guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. I see you all streaming in. So excited to see you all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Coach Roseanne Kamau, and I am going to be taking you through this webinar this evening. I am so stoked to have you guys here. I am so stoked to take you through this training, because what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be showing you the truth about fat loss. And so for all of you who are here, I just want to thank you for coming in, for showing up, because what we're going to be doing is for me, it tells me you're serious. It tells me you're serious about your fat loss. It tells me you're serious about becoming healthy. It tells me you're serious about losing weight without dieting. This is what it tells me. So the fact that you're here shows me that you are serious. And I want to applaud you for even being here. I want to applaud you for showing up for yourself. And I want to applaud you. And I'm hoping that over the next a couple of minutes that we're going to be here, we'll be here for about 1 hour or so. I am hoping that whatever I'm going to share with you will be something that is going to be super valuable to you and something that you're going to be able to begin to use. Now, for those of you that do not know me, again, I am Roseanne Kamau. I'm a nutrition, fitness, and wellness coach. And over the last 10 years, I've been helping women lose fat without dieting. And for those of you that are here, if you'd like to invite your besties, if you want to tell somebody, hey, the webinar has started, please take this screenshot, share it on your social media, tell your friends to come join. Tell them to come listen to this girl who is so passionate about helping you lose fat without dieting. And tag me. I'm Coach Roseanne on Instagram. I hang out a lot on Instagram, so I'm Coach Roseanne. You can tag me there. But please invite anyone that you know who's struggling with losing weight, anyone you know who wants to lose weight, specifically women. And if you're a busy woman, you're a woman who is either breastfeeding, you're a woman who wants to lose weight without dieting, this is for you, because that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to show you how to lose weight without dieting. And so what I'm going to be doing is I am going to get started, and I am going to get my slide going. Now, for those of you, again, so I'm Roseanne. I'm a nutrition coach. I am certified nutrition coach, and I am going to be taking you through this. Sorry, that has frozen. Let's go back here again. Okay, perfect. And so why listen to me? Why should you listen to me anyway? There's a couple of things that we're going to be doing. One, I am going to be showing you why you should be listening to me, because over the last 10 years, I have been coaching women lose weight without dieting. That has been my primary factor. I've been coaching women lose weight, become healthy, literally over the last 10 years. Women that you probably even know or you've probably heard of. Women like Nana Geshaga, who's the CEO of KICC. Women like Sharon Mundia, this is S. Women like Yami Mami. Women like Kate the actress. I've also worked with corporations like Safaricom, Sylvia Mulinge. These are people that I've worked with and I've helped lose weight without dieting. And I do this because I want to show women that it is possible to lose weight without dieting. And diets suck, you guys. I mean, that in itself is a whole sentence. Diets suck. And the reason why I do this is because I have seen how difficult women have tried to lose weight, and they've been stuck in cycles year after year trying to lose weight. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be talking about why diets suck. And I'm really going to hammer that point down. So I hope you have your pen and paper ready, because I want you to really take these notes to understand why you should never be dieting. Okay. We're also going to talk about your mindset. Your mindset matters. The way you approach food, the way you view food. You're even going to hear from some of my clients and who have said, hey, listen, what you showed me is so simple that I actually don't think it's going to work. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So we're going to talk about that. And then finally, I am going to be showing you a path to sustainability. But before we do that, I want to share my story with you, because for those of you that may not know me, you probably don't even know my story. So in my 20s, that picture, that's me that was in my 20s, and that's me currently. So in my 20s, I was obviously overweight. I will tell you a couple of things that I had. I noticed that my knees were constantly hurting. My back, specifically my lower back, was hurting. Actually, my sisters, I remember, said, your back hurts all the time. Like, what's wrong? But I didn't realize it was the weight that I was carrying. My energy was so low to the point where I was constantly sleepy. I was constantly tired. I mean, I've slept the whole night, but here I am sleeping. Climbing stairs was a chore. just going up the stairs, landing stair, like we have like 14 steps in our house where we lived in Boston. I used to get there and I had to pause because of how exhausted that I was. My energy, my confidence was so low. So me and my husband being intimate, it was like, honey, turn those lights off. Because I wasn't feeling as confident, right? I was constantly eating throughout the day. I'm just not full. I'm either full, not full, just constantly eating. My moods were all over the place, y'all. I mean, 1 minute I'm happy, but mostly I was extremely tired and moody. Those are some of the things that I noticed about myself. But it's not until that I went to a doctor for just a regular doctor's checkup that the doctor revealed to me that my cholesterol numbers were high. Now, I cannot even tell you how scary that was. It was so scary because at this point, I just had a little baby. And I remember thinking, oh my God, does that mean I'm going to have a heart attack? Does that mean I'm going to die? Who's going to raise my child? It was so scary that it became my wake-up call. I had all these other symptoms going on, yes, but that also seemed not to wake me up. And honestly, my journey was a struggle. It wasn't fully successful. And this is what I want you to write this down. Your struggle is where your success is hidden. Please write that down. My struggle is where my success is hidden. Because I'll tell you, in this struggle of me changing, transforming from the woman you see on the left to the woman you see on the right, or the present woman that I am today, was work. It is what I had to do to change me to become the best version of me. And I dug deep.
Hello, hi. This is Sharon, Coach Roseanne's assistant. So sorry about the technical difficulty. I hope you can hear me. We're trying to get Roseanne back on the call. Sorry for the technical hitch, but she's joining the call right away. So sorry about that, ladies. So she's just joining back. There's been a bit of a hiccup on connection. So she's joining back right away. So in the meantime, as Roseanne is joining the call, I would ask if you could just put in a few questions on the chat section. If you have any question that you might have wanted Roseanne to cover during this call on what you expect, please put down your question on the chat section in the meantime, as Roseanne tries to connect back on the call. So sorry about this hiccup, ladies. Hey, Roseanne. Welcome back. Let me unmute you. You still on mute, Roseanne?
Sorry. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay. Let me share my screen.
We can hear you.
Okay. I do apologize, guys. I do apologize. Yeah, technology, sometimes there's going to be crazy things, so just bear with me. I do apologize for that. Let me share my screen and get started. Oh, where is it? Sorry about that. So Sharon, where did it drop off? Sharon, where did I drop off?
Roseanne, you're about to conclude on your journey.
Okay, thank you. All right. So let's start here. I do apologize for that. I do apologize profusely for that. Okay. So this is my struggle, and this is I was telling you guys to write that in your struggle, that is where your success is hidden, right? So I dug deep. I really dug deep, and I tried to figure out what are the things that I needed to do. First, I got a trainer. I invested in a trainer. My husband supported me. It was a lot of money that we invested in. I worked out consistently. Now, one of the excuses that I've always had was I'm not a morning person. I'm not a morning person. But I found myself waking up on Sundays. Sundays was my run day. And I used to be, because we lived in Boston at that time. So I used to run it was 1.25 miles. It was just a small route around the neighborhood. But I did that every Sunday morning before we'd go to church. And what this did for me is just applying these steps, it cultivated discipline in me. And so it's not the motivation that I need. The motivation for me was, I did not want to have lifestyle disease because I did not want to pass this down to my kids, because for me, I had been diagnosed with high cholesterol. So this was important to me to stay motivated. Not only did I do that, but I was so motivated, and it changed my trajectory so much that I actually became a certified trainer. I became a certified coach. I literally changed my career. I went back to school and I became certified, because for me, this is what I learned. I learned that if I can change my body, if my body can change, I know I could help other women. And when I say your struggle is where your success is hidden, I could even add your struggle is where your passion or your calling in life is hidden. Because for me, this is where I found my calling in life. This is where I literally changed everything I was doing. I was working in a corporate job in America. And I figured I didn't like that anymore. This for me felt like it was right. But how did I find out it was right? I remember telling my husband, because now at this point, now we have 2 kids. The girls are grown. By the way, right now they're teenagers, but this time they've all grown and I'm ready to go back to work. And I remember telling my husband, okay, I want to go back to work. I want to return, but I don't want to do the same thing because I feel like I've hit the ceiling, right? And so he says, why don't you do this? Why don't you coach women? Because all you do, because this is now over 2 years. This is now 2 years have passed. My cholesterol numbers have come down. The doctors are happy with my results. He's like, why don't you do this as a career? And this is what I told him. I love it. I honestly told him that I love it. And this is what he said. Are you kidding me? That's what you need to do. That means that's what God's put in your heart to do. And then what I said was, I decided, let me coach a couple of women in the summer. So there was a park in Lowell, literally a walking distance from my house. There's a park. And I started out with my 2 sisters. My 3rd sister joined the 3rd day. By the end of that summer, I had 28 women that I was coaching in Lowell, Massachusetts, 28 women. And at the end of that summer, 4 women come back and they tell me, the doctors are so happy with their progress. They're losing weight. Some of them had diabetes. Some of them had high blood pressure. Their doctors are so happy that over time, their medication got reduced. And that for me cemented that, okay, this is what you need to be doing. And for me, as I continue to coach women over time, a couple of things popped up. A lot of women are struggling with diets. A lot of women are struggling with being restricted. And I was like, I want to show you how you can eat weight, how you can lose weight without having to diet. And that's exactly what I'm going to be showing you today. And so I have a question for you. And I want you to let me know, and we have a poll for you. Let me know, yes or no. Are you struggling with excess fat? I want to see you in the chat. Are you struggling with excess fat? So I'm going to give you a poll here. I want to hear from you. So I'd love for all of you here. Yes, thank you. I can see you guys voting. We're going to give you 1 minute. I would love to see you guys vote. Number 1, are you struggling with excess fat? Yes or no? Number 2, has your doctor said you need to lose weight? I see those polls numbers coming in. Yeah. Number 3, do you hide your belly with bigger clothes or oversized clothes like a dira, a t-shirt, jeggings? Because that's what I did. These are some of the things I did. I used to hide my body in bigger clothes. I used to wear black outfits. I even going to the gym, I used to wear my husband's painting t-shirts. 50% of you have voted. I love this. Keep on voting. I'd love to see all of you because I really want to see who's here so that I can really be able to help you. Yeah, we're about 60% of you have voted. We have about 30 more seconds. I'd love if everybody can take this vote, this poll. I would appreciate this so much. Yes, we have 65% of you have voted. Yes.
Roseanne, tell them to tap on the screen as opposed to writing on the chat box.
You heard Dorcas. Did you hear her? That's Dorcas's
Yes,
voice.
please vote on the screen. It will automatically just respond. Thank you.
Awesome. We're about 70% there. I would love to hear. We have about 10 more seconds. If you all can vote, I would really appreciate. We have 10 more seconds. So I see, yes, 175 of you are struggling with excess fat. I see about 200 of you. Yeah, some of you have said, your doctor have said about 200 of you, 100 of you, you need to lose weight. Yeah, and some of you, you do. Yeah, thank you guys. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you all so much for sharing. We've gotten about almost 80% of the vote, and I appreciate you. Yeah, if you've raised your hand, girl, you are in the right place because this is exactly what we're gonna do. Thank you guys for taking the poll. And I wanna share the results with you, right? This is you, this is what it's showing us, right? We're struggling with fat. Some of you, your doctor has said you need to drop weight. And 178 of you have said you hide with bigger clothes. Thank you guys for sharing. Then you are in the right place. You are absolutely in the right place because this is exactly what we're gonna do. This is exactly what I'm gonna be showing you. I'm gonna show you exactly what you need to do so that you can lose weight. And so the question is, are you overweight? You've already said yes, yeah, to these questions. And so the question I have for you is, what is a diet anyway? If your doctor has even said you need to do a diet, what's a diet anyway? So I went to the dictionary. It was like, okay, let's figure out what is a diet. Now, these are the two definitions that came up that I think will resonate with most of us. The first definition says it's the kind of foods that a person habitually eats. It's what we eat on a regular basis that is going to constitute your diet. It could also be, and this is where I want us to stick on, a special course of food to which a person restricts themselves to either lose weight or for medical reason. But the key word there is to restrict themselves, right? A lot of us will do that. And so why, now that we know the definition of our diet, the question therefore becomes, why do most people go on diets? Why do we go on diets? For several reasons, like we've already identified. We want to lose weight. For medical reasons. I mostly went in there because of number 1 and 2, for medical reasons. But truth be told, my old clothes couldn't fit me, so I wanted my clothes to fit me as well, right? Increase our confidence, because I know when I used to wear my husband's painting shirts, that actually goes to show you the state of mind I was in. I didn't even feel good about myself that I had to wear his painting shirts. Those are the dirty shirts. Can you see what I thought about myself? Not even wearing sexy clothes because I wasn't feeling sexy. You know, have more energy, especially to play with kids. Some people do this because they're probably having sleep apnea. You know, sleep apnea is one of those things where you're sleeping and temporarily you actually stop breathing, right? And some people have to be put on some special CPAP machine to help you start breathing. Some people do this to just improve their confidence, raise their social status, improve their sex drive, because it actually takes a dump for both men and women, improve memory, and improve our mood. And these are some of the reasons why people do these things, right? And so what I did last week, and you guys, I'm so grateful to all of you. I know a lot of you come from my Instagram page, Coach Roseanne on Instagram. I asked you some of the diets that you've been on. And these, among many others, were the most popular diets that you've been on. And you've told me you hated them, right? Some of you said I was on keto, low carb, low fat, Atkins, juices only, smoothies only, intermittent fasting, 10-day detox, baby food diet, counting your calories, 900, 100, 1,000 calories. Yo, babies are not even on 1,000 calories. Babies need to be on 12,000 calories. But can you see 1,200 calories? What we're doing to ourselves? We've done detox teas, cabbage soup, ice cream diets. These are all the things that we've put ourselves on. Now, when you think about keto, that's like the most popular diet right now. It is, you're eating more fat, little protein, very low carbohydrates. You lose weight. Now, this is the thing I want you to see about these diets. Yes, are you going to lose weight? Absolutely, yes, you will. But I'll tell you, for majority of people, these things are not lasting. The problem with these diets is they are extremely restrictive. They promise quick results, and this is where the mind games start, and this is what pisses me off, because I know how they're playing with our minds. They're playing with your mind. I know what happens. The results are not long lasting. These diets are going to eliminate food groups. They're going to have you eliminating things that you've grown up eating. For me, chapo, can you imagine someone tell me not to eat a chapo because it's processed? I know it's processed, but I love chapo, okay? Hello? All the weight for majority of people, I can tell you, 100% of all the people who took this poll on Instagram, all their weight came back on. Then these diets, they cause unrealistic expectation. Then this is where the mind and the quick results, the games come in. Yes, people say they liked the quick results, and I get it. But what it does is, because these diets are not sustainable and they're full of rules, they put you in a box. They don't allow you for freedom. You find yourself gaining all the weight that you have lost, and you gain even more than you had initially gone in there with. That's what happens. And if you're smart enough, you're really listening to me, I really want you to hear the truth about this. Any diet that you go on, if in your mind, in your inner mind, your inner ear, your gut feeling, you know this one I cannot sustain for more than 6 months, I'm telling you right now, I want you to just stop it. Just stop it, because it's not going to last. It's going to be short-lived. Now, this actually broke my heart, because a couple of people told me when we did this poll that there's this girl, we had a conversation. She was like, she's probably here. I forget your name, girl. But she said, I actually hate spinach now, because she was made to eat spinach so much, she hates spinach. Someone else was like, I hate chicken, because I had to eat chicken breast every single day. And so you actually end up hating otherwise good food. Someone was like, I was told to drink smoothies every day, and now they can't drink smoothies, which are otherwise good foods, healthy. And finally, they mess up with our metabolism. And when you mess up with your metabolism, this is where you find yourself struggling year after year after year. Now, someone like Mama Olive, I don't know if any of you follow me, but if on Coach Roseanne, but Mama Olive she's a known influencer here in Kenya. She's the one on my left. She's Mama Olive, or Tatiana Karanja. I know her as Tatiana Karanja. And so when I was introduced to Tatiana, I was introduced to her and I went to see her, but obviously, so I checked her up and I was like, oh my God, she's an influencer. I'm telling you the story because I've shared this story with her. And the first thing I said was, oh man, actually, true story. Oh man, she's probably going to want a diet. She's probably going to want 6 abs. She's probably going to want quick fixes. And I'm not about that life. And so I remember going in being apprehensive, but I also judged, which was wrong of me, because when I went to see her, this is what she told me. She said, Roseanne, I love my food. I'm a foodie. I take pictures. She's a photographer. That's her professional work. I'm a photographer. I take pictures. I take food pictures. So I hope you're not going to tell me not to eat food. And let me tell you something. My heart I literally felt calm, because I was like, good, we're going to work together. Because for me as a coach, my job is not to put you under restriction. My job is not to tell you don't eat the other. My job is to help you live a sustainable lifestyle. I kid you not, that for me was so calming. And I was like, perfect, we're going to work together. And so the next thing she said was, I have a baby. I am nursing her little baby who's 2 years old now. I'm nursing my baby and I want to be able to nurse my baby and I don't want to compromise my milk supply. I was like, oh, I mean, like she was saying all the right things. I was like, yes, girl, it's you that we're going to work together with because I'm going to help you. And 2.5 years later, she's kept the principles. We've continued to work together and you can see her amazing results. That's Mama Olive on Instagram. If you don't follow her, go follow her and see her story because then just check her because she's this way today. Body's changed, just FYI. To my right is my girl, Yvonne. Oh, now Yvonne has shared her story. I've shared her story in depth also on my page on Instagram. Yvonne has been on every single diet you want to think of. Every diet. See those diets we talked about in the beginning? Yvonne has done most of those diets. And for her, when she came to work together, she was tired. And I said, Yvonne, I want to let you know what we're going to be doing is not quick. I want to help you change that relationship with food. And exactly 1 year later, this girl has lost all this weight. It's over a year. This is April of this year. She sent me this picture. 40 kilos down, 40. Give her a big thumbs up, y'all. Because, and 40 kilos down, she bakes her bread. She loves bread. She bakes her bread. She goes to, every Friday, they have a thing, they meet with people. So she makes the ugali. She's actually designated to make the ugali. She has brunch when she goes for functions and she enjoys without restriction. And she's lost this weight eating these foods that a lot of people are actually afraid of. And so what is the beauty of stopping diets? Why do you want to stop diet? The truth is, if you want to have a sustainable fat loss, you've got to stop diet. You've got to stop dieting. You've got to change your mindset about dieting. Because if you do this, a couple of things are going to happen. Someone like Lucy, who's lost 15 kilos, I apologize. You're going to find food freedom. You're going to find a sustainable lifestyle and you're going to drop fat. I'm telling you this. You're not going to feel miserable or controlled because that's what diets do. You're not going to feel like you're missing out on good stuff because all these girls that you've seen have continued to eat pizza, ugali, mandazi. Lucy likes mandazis, right? They eat those things. You'll never have an end date when you stop dieting. This is the truth about fat loss. It's a forever lifestyle. You're going to manage your hunger. I actually want to share a story about Lucy because she shared this with our group. And one of the things that she said was when she came in, this is over a year ago. So she came in and I said, this is what we need to do. I told her what to eat, how to eat, etc. And so she wasn't eating enough food. And so she went for a jog. She likes to run. That's her form of movement. And she was like, I felt tired. I felt low energy. I felt dizzy. And so she shared that in the group and we're like, girl, that means you're not eating enough. When you're feeling your cravings are going up, and I'm going to be talking to you girls about cravings, when you're feeling your energy is so low, when you're feeling like you can't even move, it just means your body doesn't have enough glucose in there. You're not giving your body enough nutrients in there, right? And I said, I want you to trust, eat more food. Girl, eat more food. It was that simple. Eat more food. Her energy went up. And over time, she's lost weight. And she has managed to keep it off 1.5 years. Why do you want to stop dieting? Because they're going to mess up your metabolism. This is Nana Geshaga. She's the CEO of KICC. And when we started working together, she'd been on several diets. She shares her story very freely and openly. She talks about how sugar was one of the things that she used to eat a lot of. She was addicted to sugar. And I'm going to show you how to reduce your sugar cravings, right? When you stop dieting, it's going to keep your hormones balanced. Now, I want you to think about this. If you're on a diet and you're not eating enough food, do you feel stressed? Yes or no? You're not eating enough food. Let's even not say you've done it, but just think about it. Just think about it. Yes or no? Can I see in the chat? Yep. Yes, I see that. You feel stressed, okay? So guess what happens to your body? Your body releases a hormone that's known as cortisol. Now, cortisol is a stress hormone. Once too much of cortisol is released, your hormones are like, I need some form of balance, okay? I'm feeling a little bit of stress here, so I need to begin to feel good. And so dopamine is like, okay, I need to be released. That's a chemical, feel-good chemical in the brain. Serotonin, feel-good chemical in the brain. And so they're like, okay, we need to feel good. And so the way we as human beings are going to perceive that, usually our cravings will go up. And when our cravings will go up because we want to feel good quickly, guess what we're going to reach for? Something quick, something that's going to make us feel good right here, right now, because right now we're feeling stressed. Okay, is anyone catching that? You're hungry, your body gets stressed. Okay, this is something that you're going to probably do a lot. You get hungry, you feel stressed. When you feel stressed, cortisol gets released in the body. When cortisol gets released, that is a stress hormone. Stress gets released. It's like, okay, body's like, I want to feel good, I want to feel good. Dopamine is like, oops, okay, let's release that dopamine. Okay, how do we release that dopamine? We need to feel good real quick, real quick. Okay, what are we going to reach for? For Roseanne, it will be cookies, it will be bread, it will be those things that I need to feel good real quick. And when this continues on over time, you could mess up your hormones over time. It messes up with your hunger hormones, your satisfaction hormones, right? It damages when you're dieting, you're damaging your relationship with food. And now this can lead to emotional eating, can lead to many other problems like cravings, where you're eating, you're binging, you're dieting. And this whole cycle, it's almost like it's never ending. And this is where your health comes into play, because your health matters. If your emotional well-being is not, if your emotions are not in control, your mental well-being is not in control, your psychological wellness in control, your body gets affected. This is interconnected. Our body is interconnected. It's not just how we look, you guys. It's about how we feel. And all this is going to drive your actions. And so Nana stopped dieting. And over a year, she's lost 14 kilos. She actually lost 14 kilos within, I believe, like a very short period. Like everyone is different, yeah? She just lost a lot of weight very quickly. These are some of the people who honestly doing what I'm telling you to do, dropping the dieting mindset. Understanding that fat loss is about incorporating the foods that you love, because the thing is this, when you find yourself yo-yoing side, left, right, and center, that is what will keep you in this cycle where you're gaining weight and losing weight, gaining weight and losing weight. And I want to help you go in a path of sustainability, right? This person is aware of what they're eating. They're no longer bloated. They're loving themselves. You know, they're wondering why Hey Sugar works. Why am I still in it? It's because they have tried a million diets before Hey Sugar. I don't think it's about how I feel and look at me. It's about the choices. They've spent way more trying to get healthy. And so what should you do, girl? I know you're here. You're like, okay, Roseanne, I see the problem with diets. I am seeing all these issues. What should I do? Please, I hope you really have a pen and paper, because I want you to take these notes. You can take a screenshot of this as well, because these are things and skills I teach my clients. Number one, your mindset has to change, and you've got to decide this is a forever lifestyle. This is not, it doesn't have a start and start date. That means you're going to be able to find foods that you're going to be able to eat foods in freedom. You're going to find a solution that is sustainable for you. And what does that sustainability look like? It's about eating mostly whole foods most of the time. You know what is going to, and when you do this, this is what happens. You know what works for you and what works against you. You become the driver of your life. This is not where you're relying on me. One thing, and my Hey Sugar girls will tell you, and anybody else I have coached, even one-on-one, I empower you. It's not me to write a meal plan for you, because you know what? How many meal plans have you been on from different coaches, and they've never worked? Because they don't work. They don't work. You're not going to restrict yourself. It's not about restricting yourself, because what happens when you're restricting yourself, you're using your willpower. How many meetings are you going to avoid going to into your office because of willpower? I can't eat a donut, I can't this. No, you empower yourself and you learn how to eat. You learn how to listen to your body cues. When you get hungry, you eat. When you get full, you stop eating. It's that simple. You don't deny yourself your favorite foods. If you want to go hang out with your girlfriends, you want to have a glass of wine, why not? Right? For me, it's Chapo. You will see Chapo referenced all over, because, you know, someone had told me a long time ago, you can't eat Chapo. And I remember thinking, no, goodbye. Someone else was like, girl, I want you to measure your food. I swear to God, I actually went and I got that scale. And I looked at it and I was like, no. Like, honestly, it was a hell no. Okay? It was like an automatic, no, I ain't doing that. Like, my brain just refused. Because I was like, there's no way this is going to happen. Like, I can't live this way. I am honestly one of those people. I want freedom, and I want you to accord yourself the same freedom. So you don't want to deny yourself the same. You don't want to deny yourself food. Okay, and you should never have an end date. It should be a forever lifestyle, and that's what freedom is. So for you, because a lot of you have asked me, how do I reduce my sugar cravings? This is the first thing I want you to do. I want you to drink a lot of water. Now, how much water should you have? I want you to drink water throughout the day because a couple of reasons. Number one, a lot of people, when you wake up, let me first start here. When you wake up in the morning, that night you've sweat. So you're going to release a lot of water. Okay, but through sweating. So first thing I want you to do, drink your lemon water to replenish, number one, the water that you've lost through sweating. Number two, lemon has what's known as citric acid, and citric acid actually helps you get things moving in your digestive tract, in your digestive tract. So you're gonna notice if you wait about 30 to 40 minutes, you're going to notice your bowels are gonna start moving. So I want you to drink your lemon water first thing in the morning. If you follow me on Instagram, on my stories, because I share my stories daily, you'll notice you will see my lemon water there on a regular basis, or you'll see me just do a check lemon water or water. That's something I actually struggle with to this day. Water. If you want to see what my biggest struggle with is in nutrition, still to this day for me, it's water. And so let me take a sip of my water. Give me 2 seconds. Okay. Now, how much water should you drink in a day? Grab a calculator, grab your phone, and I want you, if you're gonna calculate in kilos, I want you to put your weight on the calculator in kilos. How much do you weigh? Okay, so I'm going to assume, we're gonna use someone who is 70 kilos. So put 70 kilos on the calculator. And then I want you to divide that by 30. So put your weight in kilos, divide that by 30. And so let me see in the chat box, how many liters of water is that are you drinking a day? So I want to see how many liters each of us is going to be drinking a day. So that for someone who is 70 kilos, for you, you should be drinking 2.33 liters of water every single day. Sometimes when we are thirsty, our body is going to disguise that as hunger. But anytime you find yourself, you're drinking water, you're going to notice that you're not craving as much. So I want you to drink your water. If you calculate this in pounds, right? So take your weight in pounds. So we did kilos. So kilos, you want to divide by 30. It's going to give you the amount of liters of water you should drink per day. If it's in pounds, so I want to take someone, let's say you are 150 pounds. You're going to divide that by 2. So take your weight in pounds, divide by 2, and that's how much you should be drinking in ounces. Okay? Boom, there you go. You want to reduce your sugar cravings? I want you to drink your water, and this is a daily thing. Secondly, you got to eat your balanced diet. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Eat a balanced diet. Eat whole foods. If it comes from the garden, eat it. If it's an animal and you're an animal eater, eat it. If it's a bird, eat it. Keep it simple. Kiss. All right. Look at your food. Just go kiss, kiss, kiss. Is this simple? All right. Keep it simple. And then finally add movement. You want to reduce your sugar cravings? Do those things. Drink your water throughout the day. Keep it simple. Eat a balanced diet. Add movement. And when we're talking about fat loss, this is what I want you to understand. There's a difference between fat loss and weight loss. Okay? There's a difference between fat loss and weight loss. With weight loss, what happens with weight loss, let me actually back it up a little bit. When you're think about your body, and let's go back, you're the person we've talked about, you are 70 kilos, okay? If you're 70 kilos or 80 kilos or even 90 kilos, your body is made up of muscle, it's made up of water, it's made up of fat, and it's made up of bone. Now, your body, the over 50% of your weight, that total weight is water. Over 50% is water. The next should be muscle. We should carry more muscle in our frame than fat. But for most of us, we're most likely carrying more fat than muscle. So that we need something we need to shift. And then we have bone. That's what constitutes our total weight. But this is the problem. When we go on a weight loss diet, for most of us, what happens is we lose water, we lose muscle, we lose fat, and even bone. We basically tap into all those things. And now what I do is I focus on fat loss, and I teach fat loss. Because what I want you to do is I want you to do the following. I want you to make sure you're feeding your body nutrients. I want you to make sure you're eating whole foods. I want you to make sure you're drinking enough water. I want you to make sure you're not going on diets. And what you're going to do is we're going to focus not on losing water, not on losing muscle, not on losing bone. We want to focus on purely fat loss. And that's the truth with diets. When you go on a diet, you're going to lose even the critical things that your body needs. You're going to tap into muscle loss. You never want to do that. You're going to lose your bone. You never wanted bones over time if you're not careful. You never want to do that. You lose water weight. You don't want to do that. What you want to do is you want to lose just fat. And that's what it is when you go on a fat loss diet. And that's what I focus with my clients. And that's what I'm telling you to do. I don't want you to compromise your muscle. I don't want you to compromise everything, your health. Because also what happens when you go on so many diets, you notice your metabolism gets messed up. You notice your cravings are all over the place. This happens when you restrict yourself. This is what happens. And even when you're saying, is it my hormones that are causing this? No, there are some people you need to go to your doctor, make sure your thyroids are checked, make sure all those hormones are checked. But majority, I am telling you, check your nutrition first. Check your nutrition. When you do this, when you're focusing on fat loss, you're not focusing on weight loss, you're going to lose the right amount of weight. You're not going to be on those crazy swings where you're feeling like one day, oh my God, my energy is up, the next day my energy is low. You're not going to notice, you're not going to have your digestion all compromised because you're not going to the bathroom. You're not going to need pills. You're not going to need all that those crazy things to help you move your digestion because you're eating well, you're eating right. KIS, keep it simple. I'm telling you, when you do this, just like these clients of mine, this is exactly what's going to happen. These results you see here are 6 weeks of fat loss. 6 weeks of fat loss. Learning to eat for your body, learning to eat, not to diet. This is eating well without compromising your nutrition, compromising your metabolism. This is the lifestyle you should be living. And don't want anybody to come and lie to you that you need to take pills, you need to do things for a couple of days and you're good. No, you need to be empowered. You need to learn what are the things I need to do so that I can take control of my life. If you want to go on social functions, girl, I want you to go on social functions without any anxiety. You don't need to rely on a scale to measure your food. I mean, enough with that drama. You don't need somebody to tell you, I only want you to eat within these hours, right? Because there's so many people who've been told not to eat certain hours, go for days without eating food. And what that does is I'm telling you, I've coached you. If you hear you're struggling, these are people that I've sat in my office, sat on Zoom calls. I have seen them, we've cried with them because they can't live that lifestyle. It's crazy. And I'm telling you to keep it simple. And this is what I want you to see. Today, you have identified, 1, if you struggle with fat loss, that means you're carrying extra weight. And a lot of you said yes when we did that poll. And thank you for sharing that with me. I'm hoping now you're understanding what is the truth about fat loss. You now know what dieting is. It's about restriction. It's the kind of lifestyle that you're living. What diet are you on currently? What kind of foods are you eating currently? What kind of a diet? Personally, I'm not on any diet. I eat and I just eat to live. And I eat healthy. And I eat a balanced lifestyle. And that's what I want for you. You've also understood what diets are doing to our bodies. And I'm hoping I've made the case why you need to stop dieting and why you should adopt a mindset of sustainability. And so you're probably here saying, okay, Roseanne, I mean, all that's all good. That's nice and dandy. You've talked about all this, but Roseanne, I personally, I don't diet. I have done everything I need to do, right? I have done. I know you're probably saying, Roseanne, me, I am just one of those people. I know I need to lose weight, but I must eliminate some foods. Because even you're probably struggling with that, thinking, I need to eliminate some foods. I need to eliminate a food group. You're probably saying, but I eat well and I still can't lose weight. These are the same people who I've worked with. They're probably not diet. Okay, some have dieted, yes. The others were like, I don't diet. I eat everything right. I eat everything I've been told to eat, but I'm still not losing weight. I eat everything that you've said, my meals are balanced, but I'm still having cravings. I do everything that I need to do. You still have that but. Or you're probably also saying, Roseanne, I don't want to be restricted. I hope I've made the case. I never restrict anyone. And so what I'm doing is I'm wanting to invite you for early bird enrollment for our Hey Sugar program. Our Hey Sugar program is a comprehensive 6 weeks program, which is all about sustainability. Where in those 6 weeks, if you do the work, follow what we're asking you to do, you're going to lose a dress size in 6 weeks. And so what's inside that program? It is a comprehensive step-by-step program. We're going to take you from point A to point B, A to Z, A to Z, showing you exactly what you need to do to be able to lose weight without dieting, to be able to lose fat without restricting, to be able to understand your own body, to understand your hormones, to understand what is this balance you're talking about, to understand how do I create my meal plan, how do I live in sustainability. And so I'm going to show you, I'm actually going to show you exactly what is inside of Hey Sugar. Empowerment. This is something we are huge on. When you come in here, we show you exactly these science-based principles that are going to take you from point A to point B. We're going to show you exactly what to do is trust the process, period. Remember what we said, diets suck, just trust the process. That's what we want you to do. We're going to afford you freedom. When we say freedom, you can have your cake and eat it too, you really can. And we are going to help you also tap into your cravings. We're going to help you, show you how to drop those cravings, especially if you've done everything that we've said, you're balancing your diet, but you still drop craving. We still show you exactly what you would need to do to reduce your cravings. When we're talking about freedom, honestly, we tell you and we show you what it is to live a life of balance. That you're not going to be one of those people that is worried, what am I going to eat when I go for a function? You're not going to be one of those people that's going to be like, oh my God, there's a party in the office. Can I have cake? You know, there's this client of mine who I was coaching, actually. We had a coaching call earlier yesterday. And she was like, we've been at it like this is like month 3. And she was like, you know what, Roseanne, I went to the office yesterday and I swear to God, everyone is like, how am I eating these donuts that are in the office and I'm losing weight? And that for me is exactly what I want you to do, to know that you can still eat these foods and lose weight, right? And what you're going to do is you're going to live this program with confidence. I tell you, when I say this, when you're seeing these clients' testimonials that are sharing with me, I share on Instagram, these are people who have sustained this weight loss. When you see Tatiana, when you're seeing Yvonne, when you're seeing Nana, these are people I've worked with for over a year. They're still using these principles a year later. So the stuff that we give you is stuff that you're going to use for the rest, literally the rest of your life. Principles you will use and apply for the rest of your life. And so you're probably saying, okay, what do you mean? What am I going to see if I do come inside? So there are 3 pillars that we focus on inside of Hey Sugar. M&M, okay? And we're not talking about the candy, okay? We're not talking about the candy, M&M. But we're talking about mindset, nutrition, the 3 R's. Mindset, nutrition, movement, and then what we're going to do is re-examine, reset, and rejuvenate. So let's talk about our mindset. This is something I focus on inside of Hey Sugar. So you guys know my background is psychology. And in my background in psychology, I recognize what diets have done to all of us. And so I've infused a lot of psychological principles in here to help you really dive deep and understand what is causing me, what are the underlying forces that are maybe either making me jump from one diet to another. I'm going to help you get unstuck. I'm going to help you understand, how do I make this lifestyle easier for me? So we're going to help you re-examine those underlying forces, and we're going to help you create a path to your freedom. We're going to focus on your gut. This is the bulk of our program. Resetting your nutrition. We're going to help you see where you could be going wrong. And then we're going to show you how you need to reset your gut so that you're able to have proper bowel movements. Your skin are no longer breaking out. You have enough energy. You're losing fat. You're dropping those inches, right? We're going to help you reset your gut through your following your nutrition. And then we're going to help you rejuvenate your body, because I believe with everything in me, our bodies were meant to be moving. The way we were created, our bodies are meant to move. But our current lifestyle has hijacked. It's just the Western lifestyle we've adopted. It's hijacked our God-given ability, our God-given bodies. And so the goal is for us to move our bodies. And I don't tell you to exercise. You'll notice that on Instagram, I say, are you moving? So what are you doing? Can you walk? Girl, just walk. Can you lift weights? Lift. Do you want to do boxing, yoga? What is it for you? So it's about that movement. That's what we're going to be doing. And these are clients who we've worked with inside of Hey Sugar. Now, I love this result because y'all listen, this is one girl. This was, and she writes on the left, today was my graduation, and this is my second dress. The first was a 14-16. Okay, it was so big, mpaka I couldn't wear it. So I had to buy another one on Saturday, which was a size 12. It's fitting so well, and it's kind of loose today, but I'm happy I'm achieving two of my dreams today. Her dream basically was to graduate and lose some weight. I believe she had started it as a size 16, right? So she went to a 14 dress, big, 12, it's still loose. Yeah, I feel great. My sleep is better. I sleep lighter. My knees don't hurt anymore. My clothes I bought don't fit anymore. Okay, I'm sorry. We're going to be buying more clothes, okay? I just love this. It's so easy to keep up with moving forward. No diets are lifestyle. That's the thing. And also, can I also say, when people say it's so easy, someone else would be like, it's so easy. Am I going to lose weight? And I always say, yes. I promise you, you're losing fat. Right? For all the work, they're like of shifting mindsets. And this is exactly what I'm passionate about, helping you understand you don't need to struggle with all the diets. And what's great about our program, and what's great about Hey Sugar, and what's great about our team, we honestly have squads of ladies. We've all been in this together. I've struggled. I understand. I know exactly what you're going through because I've been through it myself. But I've maintained this for over 10 years. Actually, my youngest daughter is 15 now, so it's really over 13 years. I've been able to keep this weight off. And I know you can too, with just KIS, keep it simple. And what happens inside our group, we help each other, we motivate each other, we lift each other up. And that's what I love about our ladies, because it's an amazing community of women who help each other, who support each other, who push each other, because we all want to be better. We want to break free from the chains of dieting. We all want to just live a healthy lifestyle without the drama. And that's what this program affords you. Just like these ladies, 6 weeks in, all these dresses have been able to fit. And this has just made me so proud of them. And a lot of them, you know, like Anne, my girl over here, I mean, she's continued to lose even more weight. You know, I was talking with her like about a week and a half ago. Coach, I still continue to lose weight. I still apply the principles. I am just so proud of them, right? These are more ladies that we continue to work with. 6 weeks of me working with them. They've trusted the process despite the ups and downs. We have an amazing team, Dorcas and Sharon, who you will hear in the background, reading our stories, right? They support us. I'm there as well. You know, this is another lady. She's enjoying the step-by-step process. She was a size 18 when she started, and now she's a size 14. Because we really do keep it simple, and we try to make it, we give it to you in chunkable bite sizes so that even you can be able to achieve this result without the drama. Women like someone like Sharon Mundia, who I've worked with, and I'm so proud of her because we've continued to work, right? And she says, if you follow me on her YouTube page, You probably remember sharing her before pictures before we started working together, our Hey Sugar program. And I love her honesty. She says, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a straight A student throughout the program, you know. Art Cafe records will expose me quick fast, but I did put in the effort. Hear that? E for effort, okay? Changing her relationship with food. And that is what I help you work with, right? And her transformation has been amazing. I'm working with Yummy Mommy now, Murugi, Munyi, Joan. And this is when we start, because we started working sometime last year. Then we kind of stopped for a little bit. Now we're back working again together. And it's about creating proper relationships. And know when we work together here, I believe she had lost about 9 kilos or so. Yes, yeah. Yeah, she had lost 9 kilos by the time that we had worked together. So I know this program works. Okay, it works. And I want you people, I want you who is sitting there to know it's going to work. And it's a lifestyle program. This is not a diet. This is not something that I, as a coach, I am responsible. And I never want to put any of my clients in a state where I will mess your psychological well-being, your emotional well-being. That, for me, that matters. And I take that very, very seriously. Like, it matters to me. It's about you being balanced, because I know our bodies are mental, emotional, everywhere. We're fully balanced. It's about us being balanced. And I take this seriously, and this is exactly what we're going to be doing. And so what I'm doing is I'm inviting you to join our early bird. I'm inviting you to join our early bird. I'm going to be taking your questions. And our early bird intake is now. And what you're going to get on top of all that is you're going to be getting more modules. Couple of things. You're going to join early. We have not opened up this program. We have not even advertised it yet. I am not put it on social media. We haven't done none of that. So we're not opening up the early bird yet. But what we haven't opened up to the program. We're only opening up to you guys who are here. So this is not even going on social. What are you going to get? Hey, the next program is going to be starting July 5th. But if you join in now over the next 24 minutes, you're going to get early access to the program. You're going to start the program June 20. What is my date in front of me? Dorcas, what's the date again? Let me get my calendar. Here we go. June 21st. So you are actually going to get a 2-week head start on June 21st of the program. Anybody who signs up now, we're gonna get you a head start. You're gonna get access to more modules, new material that we have not even released. You're gonna be getting that. You're gonna get access to us and our coaches. So you're getting a head start. It's a 6 weeks program, but you're gonna only pay 14,900 or 149 shillings if you sign up now, and you're gonna start the program on June 21st. You're also going to be at an advantage, honestly, because you have more time to work and prepare yourself for this life-changing program. So when everybody else is starting up on July 5th, you will have already started the program a little bit earlier than everybody else, giving you more modules, more materials to help fast track your results. So you're paying this for literally almost 8 to 9 weeks more than everybody else. So that is what we're doing. We are inviting you to join this program. Again, we haven't opened it up, and we're not opening it up to the public until we open up our cut. This is just for you who are here inside the webinar. And so now what I'm going to do, as this is going down, I know some of you had some questions, and can I just thank you so much to all of you who've been here, you've been sitting, you've been listening so patiently. To all of you who are here, I want you to ask all the questions. I know some questions had come in earlier. So Sharon or Dorcas, do you have those questions?
I have questions here with me, Roseanne.
Okay, please, let's ask.
All right, so the first question is, what causes stagnation in terms of fat loss? What causes stagnation in terms of fat loss?
That is such a good question. What causes stagnation in terms of fat loss is what's known as a plateau. What happens is when you are working out, or when you not only are working out, but you're even eating food, at some point, your body adapts. and your body comes into a state of plateau. So you sort of just, it's like, okay, I understand how this girl eats. I understand how this girl is moving, is doing her movement. Like, I get that. And so now, because at some point, I mean, like my body, I have fully understood how she works. So we're probably getting the same amount of energy in, we're probably getting the same amount of movement in. And so your body just kind of is like, okay, I kind of understand how this works. And so what happens for you is you come into a plateau. For you to move out of that plateau, you will need to change your movement, or you will need to change your nutrition. So I want you to think about what are some of the things that you did in the beginning to lose that weight. Because also at some point, what happens is you're very intentional at the very beginning. But at some point, what happens, a lot of us tend to come and we kind of chill. So I always say, go back.
I'm good. My body is well hydrated.
Can we please mute ourselves? I can hear some noise in the background. Could we kindly mute ourselves? Okay, thank you so much. So what you want to do is you want to drop that plateau. I mean, is you want to go back to the systems that you used at the very beginning. That means the way you ate your nutrition has to change and your movement has to change. So let's say you do 3 workouts 3 times a week. Why not add 1 extra day of working out? Okay, that is just going to add some extra energy in your body. So to break a plateau, short term, sorry, I got a little distracted. Short term, to break your plateau, go back to, usually I always say, go back to what you did very initially when you're super intentional, you're watching your nutrition. Just go back, be intentional. That's 1. Number 2, just add some form of extra movement. If you're doing 3 days of movement, could you add an extra day? If you're doing 4 days, could you add an extra day of movement? That should help break the plateau there. Awesome. And as you're getting those in, oh, I want to thank you guys who are saying yes. Welcome inside of Hey Sugar. I want to welcome Wendy at Yambo. Welcome, girl. So excited to have you inside Hey Sugar. Thank you good journey for committing. I'm assuming Martin, I believe this is for your wife, but there's a Martin who has paid. I'm assuming that's for your girl. Okay, welcome inside of Hey Sugar. Sharon, as you're getting the next question, Beatrice Gathure, welcome inside Hey Sugar. Girls, I can't wait to see you inside and help you break this. Welcome, Beatrice. Sharon, I'm waiting for you to read the next question as I'm welcoming the guys in.
We'll alternate with Sharon.
Okay, go ahead, Dorcas.
The next question is, how do you deal with sugar or pastry cravings?
That's a good question. So remember what I talked about. When we're talking about sugar cravings, pastry cravings, those basically are all sugar, because pastries basically convert into sugar once they get into the body. So that's a form of sugar. So when you're craving those things, remember what I said. I want you to drink your water, okay? I want you to go back, KIS, keep it simple. Is the food from the earth? Yes or no? Is the food flying? Yes or no? And then what kind of movement are you having in? And then, girl, do not restrict yourself. Don't restrict yourself. You do those things, and I want you to do them consistently, right? So it's not something you're doing one day and you're like, it's not working. Repeat, repeat, repeat. You will notice the difference.
The next question is, can men join as well? I think it's a good time to...
Yeah, it's a good time to say. So this is primarily geared for women. For men, I usually do the one-on-one, but this program is primarily geared for women. It's mostly for women, period. Yeah, it's mostly geared for women. But with men, I do the one-on-one coaching via Zoom.
We have another question. How do you eat while breastfeeding, considering hunger is usually on another level?
No kidding, girl. Yes. Actually, Lucy, Mama Olive, and all my breastfeeding ladies, those are some of the things that they used to talk about. Like, how do I eat? Again, what I have found is the following. For you breastfeeding mamas you're most likely, 1, not eating enough, 2, not drinking enough, 3, your meals are not balanced. It's usually one of those things. So I want you to go back in there and look at what is my thing. What is the thing that I am not doing enough of? Am I drinking enough water throughout the day? 1, are my meals balanced? 2, is there some form of movement going on, right? You want to make sure your meals are balanced. You want to make sure you're drinking enough. And when you do that, you're going to notice you're going to balance yourself. It's not about depriving yourself. We want you to eat. When your meals are not balanced, that's the moment when I have found that you're going to be ravenous and you're going to be eating a lot more. So you got to make sure your meals are balanced.
All right, we have another question. Hey coach, why do they advise on avoiding or minimizing dairy intake in weight loss?
So, okay. This is the way I approach dairy. When you're looking to lose weight, dairy is usually not the biggest of my concerns, and it shouldn't be for you either. Now, if you've been on a path of fat loss journey, you've lost some weight and you're eating well, everything is fine, and dairy is part of your nutrition and you're not losing weight, at that point, do you hear me? At that point, that's when I want you to look at dairy. But generally, initially means like you're at it for like 6 months, even a year. For most people, there's a couple of things when it comes to dairy I want you to be aware of. One, it's either you're lactose intolerant, which I am, just FYI, it's a long story. By the way, I'm crafting a story. I'm going to be sharing my story at some point, maybe next year. So it could be milk, you could be lactose intolerant. For some people, when they eliminate it, they definitely do notice a difference. But I always say, I don't want dairy. Dairy is usually not the first thing, I can assure you. Usually it's not. It's your nutrition. So look at your nutrition first. If you notice you're losing weight, things are going well, but you're still maybe not where you be and you want to eliminate dairy, at that point, then you can eliminate it. I hope that answers your question, girl.
We have another question. Craving sugar during that time of the month, how does one control this?
It goes back to that sugar. You remember what I talked about sugar? It's the exact same thing. Now, the other thing I want you to do, so use those, use the tips that I've shared about sugar. But there's one other thing I want to tell you about that time of the month. Just lean into those cravings and eat. Lean into them. If you've done everything you can, your meals are balanced, you're doing all those things. I mean, I'm like, you know what? Fine, eat bread. How many times is that month of the month? It's not like you're eating like literally every day. Usually it's their peaks, because I feel that too. For me, I will crave bread with jam and butter, right? It's that sweet, salty butter, you know, and it's salty butter, sweetness, and bread. Like that's my craving. So if I've done everything that I could do and I'm still craving it, lean in. What does lean in mean? Go have some. You're actually going to notice you're going to feel better. Boom. Yes, girl. Oh, and you guys, I can see you all. I mean, I'm loving seeing you all say yes. Say yes. Let me give a couple of shout outs, Sharon, as you are getting more names in. Susan Karanja, welcome into Hey Sugar. I'm excited to have you on board, girl. Ruth Waweru, excited to have you on board. Welcome, guys. Malu, Karibu Sana, excited to have you, girls. Lorna Adhiambo, Karibu Mama. I'm so excited to have you. Can't wait to help you throughout this journey. Fatma, welcome, girl. Thank you for saying yes to yourself. I can't wait to help you throughout this journey. Fatma, Amina, welcome, you guys. So excited to see you all saying yes. I'm excited to help you along this journey. And this is saying yes to your lifestyle, saying yes to yourselves. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Excited to see you. Grace Wamboi, welcome, you guys. Yes, yes, yes. So happy to see you. Who's this? Fatma Mohammed. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I love it. Love seeing you guys. Beryl Akinyi, Karibu Sana. Awesome. Sharon, Dorcas?
So I will read questions that are live from the chat.
Yep, go ahead.
And we have Susan asking the first question in the group asking, is fat gain is attributed to hormone imbalance? How can one get that corrected? Which foods should one eat? Yeah.
Okay. So 2 things. One, I want you to be sure that it's hormonal. Have you been tested, right? Make sure you've been tested by your doctor. What hormones are off? That's where I always want you to start. If you're off somewhere, is it your estrogen that's off? Is it your progesterone that's, I don't know, you know, is it your thyroid that's off? Those are the hormones usually attributed to mostly fat gain. Now, with that starting point, How's your diet looking? Because I've always said when it's hormonal, there's usually something that's been triggered, right? Maybe hypothyroidism, right? And if that's the case, at that point, I always say it has to be very individual for you. I never like to give you a blanket statement like eat these foods, because I don't know what your story is. I don't know what your doctors have seen. I don't know what your lab works are actually saying. But if you do come on the inside and the doctors have said maybe, okay, it's thyroid, I don't know it's what, at that point I can guide you easier knowing that way. But generally, again, I know for sure, yes, hormones can affect, but I also know this. Our nutrition, we need to fix that first. We need to fix that, okay?
Okay. The next question is from Mildred. After achieving your ideal weight, how do you maintain it?
Mildred, I love that question. I love that question. Do you know how you maintain it? I am praying you've been in a sustainable lifestyle, because if it's sustainable, you're just going to maintain it. You're just going to find yourself maintaining it. You don't need to do anything extra. And that's what we do inside Hey Sugar. It's we teach you, we show you, and the more you continue, you lose weight, right? So the first 6 weeks, you're going to drop a dress size. Okay. You continue this lifestyle. You continue. Because you're not doing anything crazy. You don't need to maintain. I mean, not you don't need to maintain. You don't need to change it. If you master the principles, you're mastering what balance looks like for you. You're mastering, your triggers. Because all these things happen, right? You get triggered mentally. You get triggered. You're mastering all these things. Once you master all those things, you will know. And then can I just give you one extra bonus, guys? Please listen to this one. Listen to this one. Or write this down. Mildred, that's such a good question, because what I want you to do is I want you to give yourself a range. Give yourself a range. And the range means, for me, maintaining means this. So what does that mean for you, Mildred? Is it kilos? For me, I'll tell you what my maintaining is. It's my dress sizes. I don't step on a scale because I have a really bad relationship with the scale. If I step on a scale, it messes me up. So I do not step on a scale, but I use my dresses. So if my dresses feel tight, I know, whoa, something's gone off. And when I do that, I will look back and I'll be like, yeah, okay, I noticed either I have dropped my workout last month, or I've noticed I'm eating a little bit too much of this. So give yourself a range. Some people use kilos, right? Like I have a client, Jen. For her, she's like, I want to be between 70 and 75. That's my range. So even when you're looking for maintenance, girls, I want you to give yourself a range. I'm going to lose weight, but I'll give myself this range. Like if I go, let's say someone will be like, whoa, if I go above this, like now this other girl I was talking to coaching last week, hers was like, her range is 65 to 70. That is her range. And so that just allows you also some form of freedom. So if you're eating well, you're doing everything right, that should be your form of maintenance. You shouldn't feel like you're going too crazy. All right, can I give, as you're getting most questions, I want to give a shout out to a couple more people. Oh, I see you guys coming in fast. Can I welcome Susan, another Susan Kishungu, welcome Susan. Mary Mwikali, karibu sana, karibu, excited to see you. Awesome. Oh, who's this? Esther, welcome inside Hey Sugar. Awesome, go ahead, Dorcas.
Okay, can one pay in installments?
Unfortunately not. We prefer not to do installments because we've been burnt in the past. So unfortunately, no installments.
Okay, how about what happens after this? I'm not able probably to pay within the 8 minutes left.
Sorry, can you say?
Like, what's the next steps? I'm not able to pay now.
Got it. So you can wait until we open up enrollment for the program, which we haven't opened up. I believe we're going to be opening up in 3 or 4 weeks or so. So you can wait up until then. So for you who can pay now, wait up until the next enrollment. The only thing that's going to happen is you're going to miss the bonus materials. You're going to miss the fast tracking that's going to be happening for these guys who are signing up now. But you can, if you can, and I do understand, you can wait until we open up enrollment and then you can sign up then.
They can put their names on the waiting list. We'll share the link.
Thank you for saying that. Please share that list, yeah. And also, by the way, Sharon or Dorcas, you can also put via credit card. If you want to pay by credit card, put the link. Is the link in the chat? Have you guys put it there?
Yes, I put up a link in the chat that gives the option for paying via credit card and via M-Pesa.
Awesome.
Yeah.
There are questions about one-on-one. If one would love to take the one-on-one option.
If you want to take the one-on-one option, please, Sharon, please put your contact information, follow up with Sharon. She's going to give you, send your email, your phone number to Sharon, or tell Sharon who you are in the chat box. Sharon will follow up with you and she will give you that one-on-one information.
Okay. What's your take on taking lots of water at night, especially before bed?
Oh, this is my take, girl, because you know, I've told you, I've said I struggle with water and I find myself actually drinking more water at night. Now, unfortunately, what happens is you will find yourself waking up in the middle of the night. You're going to interrupt your sleep, and sleep is one of those critical components when it comes to your weight loss, because when we do not sleep enough, what happens is your body takes it as stress. So when you're not sleeping enough, your body feels like it's stressed. Cortisol gets released. If you listen to this webinar, we talked about how cortisol gets released. So when cortisol is released, again, it's a cycle that gets started. You're kind of wanting, okay, because I'm stressed, I want to feel better. Let me add on, let me eat something that's healthy. I mean, something that's going to make me feel good really quickly. And that's when we could find ourselves eating all those other wrong things. So I would encourage you. I tell you, that's a struggle I have to myself as well. Try as much as possible, drink water a little bit earlier. Try and give yourself a cup later in the evening. I try to do that as much as I can. Honestly, sometimes I'll just sip just a little bit. And can I be honest? I actually said a prayer to God yesterday because I was so thirsty and I was going to bed. I was like, no, I'm going to wake up. I'm already having trouble sleeping. That's another story for another day. I'm like, please help me get thirsty in the morning. Because I realized my dad actually is the same way. My dad doesn't like water until later in the evening. I was like, no, I don't want that. I don't want that. I want to drink water. So that's what I would tell you, girl. That's what I would tell you.
Are you okay with us seeing your video a bit, at least for the last 5 minutes? Roseanne?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you able to share from video? Your video is locked and we can imagine your expressions as you're sharing a lot. Anyway, for some people asking, is Hey Sugar one-on-one or group coaching? I think you've responded.
Oh, that's a good question. So Hey Sugar is a group coaching program. It happens inside of Zoom. It happens. So you have a portal, you have access to the portal, you have private material, you have all your material, you get access to the portal with your password. Then we have Zoom coaching calls where I hop on Zoom and I coach you inside of Zoom, really helping you digest the material. I help you answer the questions. See how some of you are asking questions? We go in depth. So I'll get clients who come on, they're going to ask questions and I'm going to coach them. And that's how we do the coaching. So it's a group coaching program for 6 weeks. You get access to the material, but then we also meet together inside of Zoom, but we also meet inside the smaller groups on WhatsApp. And those groups are amazing. Groups of friendships have been created there. People have met up. I mean, I'm telling you, there are people who have just met up and created long-lasting friendships. So that's how we do it inside of Hey Sugar. Can I just welcome another Amina Mohammed? That's another girl. Okay. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Mombua, welcome, welcome inside Hey Sugar. Thank you, guys.
Okay, as Sharon probably is preparing for the burning questions to finalize, please explain what a little more about Whole Foods.
When I say Whole Foods, I want you to think garden. Whole Foods, garden. Whole Foods, farm. What do you see in a farm? What do you see in a garden? What do you see in so in a farm, think of a big farm. What is in a farm? You know, there's cabbage, there's sweet potatoes, there's arrowroots, there's, fruits, there's bananas, there's animals. I see a mango tree. I'm actually going to my father-in-law's farm where there's literally mango trees, there's spinach, there's chicken, there's sheep, so think a farm. That's what I mean when I say Whole Foods. All right, so we got 2 more minutes. I see a couple of you are still coming on. Irene, welcome in. We should have the thing in the chat. Do you have the link in the chat? Because I also want to see folks maybe who are. Jane Rose, welcome, girl. Welcome on board. I'm super excited actually to coach you girls and to help you come in June 22nd. Please make sure you guys share your emails to all of you who are signing up now, especially if you are signing up on M-Pesa or the till number. Please, I encourage you, send your email right now to info@treasurefitness.com. info@treasurefitness.com with your pay bill number or with that number, so that Sharon can add you into the system and you're given access, granted access on June 21st. So again, for all of you who have said yes, all of you who are ready to begin to lose fat, drop a dress size, again, sign up, info@treasurefitness.com. That is the email where I want you to please send your email so that we can onboard you. Okay, we got 1 more minute. One more minute. Any more questions coming through?
I have a few nutrition-related questions.
Please
so let
ask
me ask
them. Please ask.
So there's one who's asking, generally, when you eat lentils and beans, do I serve them with carbs and veggies?
It depends. That's going to depend. Sorry, can you repeat that question again? I'm actually texting you girls in the group. Can you repeat that question again?
Generally, when you eat cereals like beans and lentils, do I serve them with carbs and veggies?
So it depends. Are you a vegetarian? Are you not a vegetarian? What kind of meals are you going to eat? You really can eat them any way you want to, right? So I'll give you an example. Today, I had a soup. My soup was sweet potato. It had sweet potatoes, lentils, spinach, peppers, pumpkins, sunflower seeds, right? So there was lentils in there, there was sweet potato, those are the carbohydrates, and then there was also beans and there was also vegetables. I always say the thing when you're looking at your nutrition, you want to think about, number one, what is my goal, right? What is my goal, number one? Number two, is my meal balanced? That's the second thing. And then number three, what is the majority? What's the biggest macronutrient in there, right? So you can serve them any way you want to. You want to be mindful. What is your goal? What are you working towards? What else did you eat throughout the day? Nutrition is not, I don't want you to, you know how people bulk things into just one thing? Look at everything overall. What else have you eaten throughout the day? Quickly, I had, so when we had that meal, I remember I shared with the group, the girls inside Hey Sugar, and I said, oh, but then I didn't add too much fat because I had avocado. So you really want to be mindful. What else are you eating with that meal? But the goal, your goal is always the biggest thing, right? Are you working out? That's a great post-workout meal. You got to think about all these other factors rather than just one thing.
I have another question here. I think, Roseanne, you love this one. What is your advice on someone who's an absolute beginner on exercise? Where can we start?
Where can we start? Girl, I want you to just walk. Can you walk? Can you walk? Like, that is like the simplest thing that I want you to do. For you beginners, I want you to think about the lowest barrier of entry. Something that's not going to stress you, something that's not going to throw you off the rails. I don't want you going to lift weights. If you're an absolute beginner, you've never done any form of exercises, could you walk? Can you do jump rope? Can you do some at-home exercises? And you want to test all these things out because at some point you're eventually going to see what is the thing that works for you. You're going to know this angle works for me, right? Personally, I do not like bodybuilding type workouts. I've been doing them with my husband, but I don't care for them. I prefer HIIT type workouts. I don't like Pilates. I don't like yoga. I find them a little too slow, a little too, that's my jam. So find out what you want, and that's what I want you to do.
We have another question on how do you handle emotional eating and binge eating?
That's exactly, and this will be the last question because our time's up. And thank you guys for asking all these questions. With emotional binging and binge, if you listen to the, if you listened to me in the beginning, I'm assuming you might have missed this part. But this is the part where there's a cycle that gets started. There's a cycle of either, number one, you have an emotional trigger, something happens to you. And for you, it's so painful, it annoys you so much, or it affects you so much that you don't want to deal with that thing at that moment. You actually go get food to numb your pain. You get food to help quell, make you feel better. And then what happens is you feel guilty because you've eaten the foods. You feel that guilt that's coming up. You're not addressing the key issues that are causing the emotional eating, right? So you're not addressing the issues that are causing you to feel this way. So you feel, okay, you get triggered. You eat, you feel bad. Then you feel so bad, you're like, you know what, I feel bad already, I might as well just eat. So what you want to do with emotional eating is one, and I like that the fact that you're asking that question helps me see that you recognize that you have that issue or you have that problem, where when you get triggered, you begin to eat foods, you get to eat, you go to foods for comfort. So what I want you to do is, depending on what your trigger is, look for other things, low barrier, that you can begin to incorporate, that you can begin to use, that are going to help you. I'll tell you, for me, yeah, and nobody judge me, okay? Like, nobody judge me, nobody judge me. I will take YouTube. I'm gonna go listen to the 80s music. I mean, 90s music. I don't know, I just kind of go, but there's a place I go to and it just takes me there. Instead of eating, okay, because I could easily go for food. I go for that, it just makes me feel good. So you wanna look for something that's gonna make you feel good in that moment, So I'll listen to that. Sometimes I'll watch crime series. There's a series I used to watch called 2020. It's called 2020. And it's a mystery. It's like, oh, yeah, this woman was walking and suddenly someone came from the bush. Like, those things, they just make me forget the issues. Then once my emotions have calmed down, once I feel better, then I'll deal with the issues. So those are some of the things you could do. But if you have other main things, for some people, there could be key triggers, right? It could be a spouse. It could be your kids. There could be some things that are beyond your control. Those are the points where I say, I want you to get somebody to help you. If it's maybe someone you have to see constantly, can you get somebody to help resolve those issues? That's what I would say with that. Okay. Awesome. You guys, it's 9:30. It's going to 9:30 and our time is up. I want to say thank you to all of you who've said yes, who have committed. To all of you who are still in here, I know you're here because you want to learn something. I hope that I have given you some value. I hope that you have gotten something amazing. I'd love to see in the chat box, by the way, was this helpful? Was this helpful? Did you learn something? I would love to see. Let me open my chat box. God, there's over. Okay.
Just before they respond, thank you to everyone who's already sent in their confirmations. Remember, if you do pay, email us your confirmation text. And yes, thank you for coming on tonight's webinar.
Yes. And Sharon, I think you're going to respond to them in about 48 hours, just to know we got your information, right, Sharon?
Yes. You will receive an email from us confirming that we've received your payment.
Okay. There's someone here who's like, they shouted, I didn't get my question answered. Who's you? I want to help you, girl. Come back over here. I see someone. Wangeshi, what's your question? How do I pay from the US? Okay, Wangeshi, can you guys attach the link in the bio for Hub to Pay? She's in the US. That's a swipe credit card. Please attach that link. She's in the US. There's also someone else. I think these are coming quick. Thank you, guys. I'm glad. Can you send Wave? Okay, send Wave. Let me send you the number to send Wave. Sharon, do you want to put an
yes,
who's asking for send Wave? Can you get her? Give me your phone number. Who said send Wave?
Let me give them our number so they can contact us, because I'm really trying to search for that text. Okay. So please contact us on the number below. I'm just putting down our number.
Okay, perfect. There's someone else who said their question was not answered. That's one guess. As soon as I hopped in, the question, it just jumped at me. Let me see if I can pull you up. Oh man. Pendo, I see you, girl. How you doing, mama? Oh, yeah. Mildred, see you on the other side, girl. See you on the other side. Okay, I'm hoping I've answered all the, there's honestly someone who said, there's someone who said I did not answer their question, and I really want to be able to. Okay, Edna, there you are. It's your name. Okay, about water. Please answer me. How much water should I drink? I divide my weight with what? Edna, 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 you are not listening. Okay, take your weight in kilos, Edna. Divide that by 30. Take your weight by kilos. Divide that by 30. That is your weight in. That is the weight in. That is the liters you should be drinking, Edna. Okay. All right. Oh, I thank you, Redmi. Thank you, Roseanne and team. Thank you. Yeah, honestly, I have an amazing, I don't do this all by myself. I really need you guys to know this. I don't do this by myself. I have some people in the back end, Sharon and Dorcas and Eric. These guys help me, and Ken. These guys help me in the back end. I would not be able to do this without them. And I want to give a shout out to Sharon, to Ken, to Dorcas and Eric. These guys honestly help us. So I want to thank you so much, you guys, for always keeping me on track and always, always tell me, Roseanne, that's not going to work. They're always pushing me. So I want to thank you. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that you've seen that. Thank you, Redmi, for that. Okay, Wangeshi has said she has finished WhatsApp. So thank you guys so much. Now, this is all I'm going to ask of you. Please don't do the diets. Keep it simple. I promise you, you're going to lose weight. Focus on losing the right weight. It's all about fat loss, right? It's not about weight. I want you to focus on losing the right amount of weight. Focus on treating your body right. And when you do that, you stay consistent, you don't give up, you don't lose hope. I promise you, you're going to be so grateful. And I want to thank you all so much for coming. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for taking time out of your busy schedule to come hang out with us for the last 1.5 hours. My heart is full. My heart is so grateful. And I thank you from literally deep, deep down. My heart is grateful. And from all of us here, please remember, as always, you've got one life, you've got one body, and I want you to treasure it. Good night, folks. Thank you so much. Bye, everybody.